Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today I continue the last run of ETS2 that I will be doing. It's going to be a very long trip. Very long. I think it's like 2,300 kilometers. All the way from one side of England through Germany into... I'm not even sure where the destination is. I know it's on the other side of Germany, though. Or the other side of Europe. So, yeah, we better get started. It's going to be a very long trip. My brakes are very sensitive for some reason. Let me just kind of... There we go. That might help. But yeah, so it's going to be a super long trip. Just to let you know now, I'm not going to talk the entire time just because the trip is going to be so long. And these episodes, I'm only going to put 2 more ETS2 episodes out, so these episodes are going to be really long. So I might just do I might cut, or I might just speed up the footage that I have. I haven't decided yet, but one of those two is going to happen. I'm either going to cut the footage or speed it up. Because I can't talk for this long. It's a very long time to talk for. I mean, considering I'm going to sit down and pretty much try to do this whole trip in one sitting, which is just absurd. I think I had the right of way there, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it goes. Let's go over the delivery real quick that we're doing. We're hauling 11 tons of forklifts to, 30 miles an hour, which I think is 50. We don't want to get a speeding ticket, so we're hauling 11 tons of forklifts. Really far. We're gonna get 109,000 euro for this. We have 74 hours to complete the job, and currently it's gonna take us 35 hours and 39 minutes to complete the job, and we have 2,200 kilometers to go, including a very short ferry trip. The ferry trip isn't gonna take much out of that. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a very long trip, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit here and do it all in one sitting. That's what I want to try to do, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably not going to sit here and talk the entire time just because it's such a huge trip. I definitely don't have that much to say for that long. But this should be the last ETS2 recording that I do. It should be the last 2 ETS2 videos that I get that'll be out on my channel, and then American Truck Sim comes out. You know, when I'm recording this, it's the 27th-ish. Yeah, 27th. And, yeah, I mean, ATS is right around the corner. So, I'm super pumped for it. You know, I can't wait for it, but I did want to finish off this ETS2. And also I wanted to try to get the last skill point I'm going to need as well. Because like I said, I want to get that one last skill point. I'm not sure if this trip is going to be enough to be able to get it. But I'm going to try. So we'll see where we are when we get there. We might take the truck speed limiter off if we need to. Because it's really going to help us get where we need to go faster. For sure. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We're just going to kind of cruise along and just go from there. But, yeah. I mean, it's crazy that I'm not going to be in ETS2 for much longer. And it's going to be super awesome that I'm going to be in American Truck Sim very shortly. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. Weird to think about that, you know, this is coming to an end. I've played ETS2 for a very long time. I played a little bit of just Euro Truck before ETS2 came out. Wasn't a huge fan of it just because it was European. But then they made a lot of improvements with Euro Truck 2, and I was like, well, let me give it a shot. Then just kind of really got into trucking again, and it was much better than any of the old classic American trucking games like 18 Wheels of Steel or, you know, anything like that. That stuff was good, but it was not. It doesn't hold up over time. So ETS2 was the only good trucking simulator out there that was available, that was really in-depth and looked good and performed good and was a lot of fun. The only issue for me is just the fact that it was... What is going on here? Feel like an accident in the road or something? What the heck? I think we're gonna need to get over. I think this might be a turn off only lane here. But yeah, so ETS2 was it was just one of the only good trucking games for a very long time, and for me, I'm just not big into European road systems, and that's kind of been the only fault for me for ETS2 the entire time. So now that I'm finally getting it in my country is going to be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. Might have to go around this guy. Nope, he's changing lanes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. How much diesel do we have? Well, we're good. We're near full. We're not going to get any. So yeah, it's just weird. It's weird to think that I won't be playing this anymore, that I won't have to deal with the European road systems or how on-ramps and off-ramps and lights and roundabouts and speed signs that are in kilometers, and yeah, it's just it's gonna be nice to be able to kind of feel like I'm driving in an area that I know what I'm doing instead of being kind of lost all the time. Oh god, that's a guy. I want to get in this lane. So yeah, it's just it's weird to think about that it's gonna happen so quickly. I mean, by the time the second part of the episode comes out, whenever that does, you know, the ATS is gonna be released the next day, and then the day after that is when I should have my first video. So I should have my first ATS video on the 4th, because ATS comes out on the 3rd. So I should have my first video on the 4th, which is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's how it's gonna work out. We'll see. But I'm really excited to start playing it. I'm really excited to start seeing people's perspective of it, you know, if they're liking it and whatnot, especially people in the group. I know Polecat wants to play it, and Jeff obviously is excited for it, and Zach and Alex, and there's a lot of people in Code Zero. Even Steve is excited for it, so it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I need to get over. Yeah, we're trying to just get where we can as fast as we can, really. Probably going to get a speeding ticket here. I think it's 50. Yep. I thought so. But yeah, so it's just, it's I don't know. Weird. I'm hoping that we can get this last skill point that we need, because then we could finish off ETS2 with a nice, you know, fully skill pointed profile, and then we can move on to ATS and try to do the same. Also, I'm going to look at how many, I guess, kilometers I've driven. I can probably switch it over to miles, and we can see if we can beat that in ATS, which we definitely probably will, because if I had kept my same profile when I started playing ETS2, things would have been a lot different. But unfortunately, I swapped computers, and I had hard drive fails, and I had a lot of things happen where I couldn't keep my original profile for, you know, to continue to truck on. And there was a couple of profiles I had a lot of miles on, so it's unfortunate that that had to happen, but it happens. So we'll see what we are at the end of this one, at the end of this profile, and we'll go from there. And yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I'm really interested in seeing the stats and stuff, and I really want to kind of, when we get into ATS, I want to beat my ETS2 stats, so distance driven and money made and all that stuff. So at the end of this run, if I can remember, we'll go and we'll look at that stuff and compare it. We'll look at that stuff and we'll write it down somewhere so we remember, and then that'll be the goal for ATS, is just to kind of beat my ETS2 stats and go from there. So we'll see. We'll see if we can do that. What am I doing? Am I exiting? I think I'm exiting. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm exiting. Yeah. Just been working a lot lately, trying to catch up on sleep, Been really tired lately too. Oh my god, the truck bounced around a lot. But yeah, just been real tired, you know, trying to just get videos done and still find time to just hang out on the weekends and work on cars like I normally talk about when I do an ETS2. So this weekend should be pretty interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We've got a lot of plans. Putting a radio on the Crown Vic because I can't take the only AM or FM radio. It's just terrible. The radio is so bad. I can't stand it anymore. So putting a aftermarket radio in there so I can plug my phone into it, or Bluetooth into it. I really didn't want to get one for the longest time because I didn't want something to stick out. I really liked the way the stock one looked. It kind of just blended with the car. It was very just basic and just was there. And I didn't want to get something that was too different, that stuck out too far, and that changed it up too much because I didn't want it to take away from the car. But at this point, I really don't care. I can't stand the radio anymore, so I have to do something about it. I have to change it. It's so bad. The radio is just so terrible to listen to. So we're probably going to be putting an aftermarket radio and speakers in the Vic, which will be nice. And then maybe even working more on the Miata, getting it ready for paint. Because there's only 2 steps left that we have to do before we can get it done. So hopefully that'll happen soon, because that car's going to look amazing once it's all one color. And right now I can really see the potential, and it's really close, and it's so multicolored. I just really want to get it done and over with. So hopefully that'll happen soon. We got to wet sand and clear coat the primer that we painted on there just to give it a nice smooth surface. So that's what we're going to be doing. We might do that this weekend if everything works out. So yeah, it should be pretty eventful. I got Polecat's Christmas present finally. We both told each other what we were going to buy each other for Christmas, and then, you know, it took a little while, but we finally bought each other some stuff. So he bought me a set of rain guards for the Crown Vic, and I bought him a set of mud guards for his Vic because he wanted to get rain guards himself. So he ordered a second pair and gave them to me, and I already had mud guards on mine, and he liked them and has been wanting to get them, so I decided to get him those as well. And it's kind of funny, they were the exact same price. The eBay listing was exactly the same. Different companies, same exact price. I was like, that's kind of interesting, but... So yeah, that's cool. We might be putting his mud guards on for him this weekend. Yeah. Just, you know, doing that, and on top of that, just finding time to make videos. And, you know, I don't get much time to kind of just sit around and do nothing, which I guess is all right. It's nice getting out and doing things. It's just, I've noticed how tired I've been lately, since I'm not used to being as active as I have been. I can definitely tell that I'm a lot more tired, and just, you know, my body just really wants to sleep. So yeah, I kind of catch up on sleep when I can, but, you know, if videos got to get made or something's going down, then, you know, I'm got to do it. But it is what it is. Not that bad. Just that, just feel like I'm so busy lately. So busy. I want to be able to have time to sit down and just relax and play a game and not record it, and I just haven't had the time to do that lately. I did one night, the internet was down, and couldn't do any... I edited all the videos I edited, didn't really need to record anything. All I kind of really needed to do was upload, but I couldn't because the internet was down. So I was sitting there and I was like, well, there's got to be something I can do. So I played some Dirt Rally for like an hour, which was pretty fun. I mean, I was like, oh, hey, I haven't played this in a long time. I still really enjoy that game, and they are updating it a lot. So So yeah, that was a lot of fun to jump in and play something for a while. I really want to be able to jump in and play ATS when it comes out and just have the time to record it, but also have the time to just play it. I don't want to have to only record it. I really want to play it and enjoy it for what it is. I want to record the very beginning of it just because I think that that'll be good for people to see. Like, this is the very beginning of ATS, you know, what truck I buy, where I start out, and all that stuff. So I want to record all that. But after I kind of get the ball rolling with everything, I just want to be able to jump in there and play without having to record and just enjoy it, because I've been waiting for it for so long. And it's going to be a game that I'm really going to enjoy. So yeah, hopefully that'll get, you know, to the point where it's possible. Like I said, just running around doing so much lately with working on other videos and getting things done in real life, and it's just been kind of busy. So it is what it is, though. Not that bad. It's just I want to be able to play ATS. I'm excited, and I want to be able to play it and not have to record it all the time. I do want to still record it and put it up for sure. I just want to be able to also play it in the meantime. So, because there are times where, like, if I don't typically like to record ETS2 and then stop in the middle and then pick it up later, like a run, like, you know, because it makes it now that I can't really play ETS2 unless I record it again, which is kind of frustrating. So, you know, you kind of just, I don't know, deal with it. There are times where I kind of wish I could jump into like ETS2 or something like that and play it, but I'm in the middle of a run that I'm recording. I can't just finish that. So with ATS, I don't really want to limit myself like that. I want to be able to just play it when I want to play it. So we'll see. Oh God. I was trying to change lanes because all these people were slowing down like crazy, and I didn't notice the white SUV that was there. I'm not sure how far we have to we're in Southampton. I'm not sure how far that is to the ferry. The ferry is going to take, I don't know, 200 kilometers off the trip. It's really not going to add much. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just a matter of just finding out and just seeing how long. I mean, we've already gone almost 300 kilometers. That's not that bad. But then again, it has been almost 20 minutes. So 300 kilometers in 20 minutes, and I got, you know, 2,000. That's going to take a good amount of time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this all in one sitting. And I'm definitely not going to be able to talk the entire time, because I can already tell my voice is deteriorating quite rapidly, and my brain is too. Oh, man. And I didn't get a drink, which is really good, because my throat is very dry, and I would like something to drink right now. But I didn't bring anything. That's great. Perfect. We'll have to stop at some point. But like I said, I'm not going to talk the whole time. I don't know if I'm going to cut out points that I'm not talking, or if I'm just going to speed it up. I might just speed it up, that way you can kind of see the trip. It's a lot more condensed. You still get some ETS2, it's just going to be kind of sped up and no talking. Maybe some music or something. It's just that, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to talk the entire trip. It's just impossible. It's just not going to happen. So there's going to have to be big points where I'm silent, so I can just, for my sanity and my voice's sake. I think we got to keep going towards Dover. I believe Dover is where the ferry is. Hopefully, whenever I get to the ferry, I'm going to grab a drink, because I am, like I said, I am freaking thirsty. I really don't want to be in this lane, but also at the same time, that lane is constantly speeding up and slowing down. So I'm not really sure. I wonder if I can... Yeah, there's cars behind me, for sure. Woo! Close to the guardrail there. Did I get over? Probably the better thing to do. Oops, wrong one. Alright. We'll ride in this lane, see how this goes. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just with ETS2, I still do enjoy it, but knowing that something amazing that I've been waiting for a very long time is right around the corner, it makes it tough. I'm not gonna lie. It makes it really tough. Slowing down for that speed camera. Yeah, it just makes it really tough because, you know, every time I've played ETS2, I've always had the thought in the back of my head, this would be so much better if it was in America. And like I said, it's nothing against people that, you know, actually really do like Euro Truck because you're from Europe and you understand the road systems. It's just that I don't. You know, and I just want to experience what I know. So the whole time I'm always playing ETS2, I'm always thinking, oh man, America Truck Sim would be amazing. And now that it's right around the corner, it makes it really tough. Just knowing that I'm not going to see this anymore. I'm not going to have to deal with trying to drive on the wrong side of the road like I am now or anything. I'm just going to understand what's going on. I'm really interested in seeing too how they implement a lot of things like the way stations. I'm interested in seeing that. There's a lot of things that I'm interested in seeing, but I'm also a little bit scared of because it's always scary to have a non-American company making an American game, and specifically America, that is based off of, you know, real things instead of just their interpretation of America. So that's always a scary thing because you never know. You never know what they're going to get right, what they're going to get wrong. And I could imagine it's a lot easier for them to be in Europe and to make trucks and all that stuff because you see them on the road all the time. Why is everybody slowing down? So yeah, it's one of those things. It's just okay. Yeah, getting into one lane, really? Okay, car, you're gonna need to figure your life out. All right, you're letting me go. Sweet. So yeah, I'm just interested in seeing how they do some things. I have confidence in them. They've made, you know, really good games in the past. So we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna turn out. The rain finally stopped. Stopped enough. Harvester over there. Combine. The windshield wiper still going? Yep. Have they stopped now? Nope. Okay, there. It should be off. Yeah, okay. I was like, really? Stuck windshield wipers? That would suck. Oh yeah, no, the train's right there. Okay, good. Ooh. Yeah, it's not a ferry, it's a train, I forgot. Yeah, I need to get to this train so I can get something to drink. My voice is destroying itself already. 25 minutes into recording, just destroyed. Just check real quick. So about 1,800 kilometers to go. So, well, I mean, we've got a little distance. It's nothing crazy. We've got a little bit there, but we'll see how much the ferry takes and we'll go from there. Because once we start getting under 1,000, that's when it gets really easy. It's just from here to 1,000, it's quite a trip. Quite a distance. So we'll see. We're good on diesel. We're still above half a tank. What's the speed limit up here? Probably about 30. Yep. Okay. We want to go straight here and then a left up here, it looks like. Yeah. Yep. Left where those cars are going. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. We want to turn left into this one. All right. So we'll turn left into here. We'll find our dock that we're supposed to turn into. So what? No trucks and cars and trucks. So into this one. Okay. The train's on the left. Okay. I was going to park up behind these other trucks here, but that wouldn't do us much good. All right. Let's go ahead and get on the train. Okay. Let's turn this on, turn the engine off, and we'll go ahead and pick our destination, which we only have one. So, going to Calais, France, or Cialis, if you want to, read it improperly. Okay, let's go ahead and check on the odometer real quick. We got 1,700 kilometers to go. Really didn't take off that much, but, we'll see how much we can crunch down. I'm going to grab a drink real quick, and then we'll continue. All right, I am back. So, we're going to go ahead and head out, continue our journey. We are now driving on the, I'm going to say the correct side of the road. Not correct to everybody, but we're going to be driving on the right side of the road. So that's going to help out. But yeah, like I said, we have 1,700 kilometers to go. I do have the fatigue system turned off, so there isn't going to be fatigue. That's just going to add way too much time onto this. Having to stop all the time. We already have to stop for diesel, so go ahead and get up this hill. Okay, so 1,735 kilometers. Should take us about 28 hours to get where we're going. We're estimated to get there at Wednesday at 8:11. We need to be there in between Friday at 8:30 a.m. and Friday at 12:30 p.m. Like I said, 109,000 euro. We have 68 hours to complete the job. So far, so good on damage on the truck and the trailer. We might get a little bit on the truck just from wear and tear, but for the most part, we should be pretty good. So let's go ahead and continue the journey. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking here for a little bit just so I can kind of save my voice for... Whoops. Oh, God, we are all over the place. Don't know what gear to go into. Yeah, so I'm going to stop talking here for a little bit, just kind of save my voice, just because we have a long journey to go. So I'll check back in with you guys when we get more... Probably, I might try to go up into 1,000 kilometers. We'll see. We'll see how long that's gonna take, but I'm just, oh God, I really didn't think I was gonna hit that sign, but I freaking destroyed it. Oh my God, that's not good. But yeah, like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but yeah, I'll meet back up with you guys in a bit.
When the night is over, my life is over, 'cause I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over, my life is over, 'cause I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over, my life is over, 'cause I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over, my life is over, 'cause I start thinking again
All right, so we are now under 1,000 kilometers. We have 980 kilometers to get there. As you can see, I'm trucking pretty fast. I'm doing about 125 kilometers or 80 miles per hour. I stopped off and got some diesel and turned off the truck speed limiter. I figured it would just be a lot easier. One thing is I need to start training myself, not for speeding, but for not having a truck speed limiter on a truck, because American Truck Sim, we don't have speed limiters on our trucks, as far as I'm aware of. Well, at least privately owned trucks. I'm not sure about company trucks. But I also figured it would save me, because then I didn't have to sit here and record for 3 hours, even after taking the speed limiter off and everything, to get just, what do we have? We had 600 or 700 so kilometers to go when I stopped talking. That took me about 35 minutes, even at the speeds that I've been going. So yeah, this is a crazy long run, but like I said, once we get under 1,000 kilometers, things are going to be a lot more simple and easier. But there's a lot of things that I'm realizing as I'm sitting here driving. One, I really like to just sit here and drive. It's really nice. You can focus a lot more on just what you're doing, and just, you know, especially going at these speeds and some of the corners that I've had. But the other things I've noticed is just the road system is just very strange. It's not set up for speed, which I see why, like, well, maybe if you're in a car, but it's not set up for trucks. It's really not. It's like trucks were an afterthought on the roadways, because it makes it really difficult for trucks to be able to, like, get on and off, you know, exit and on ramps from, like, gas stations and stuff like that. It's just, it makes it a lot more difficult for trucks to be able to do their job with the road system. Okay. Just come on over. Jesus, dude. Wow. Also, trucks going at these speeds is just ridiculous on these highways. Typically you see trucks doing about 55, 60 in the US. They don't really go crazy fast. Obviously not 75, 80 miles per hour, but I'm trying to get this route done. And as of right now, we have 0 damage on the trailer, so we're doing pretty good. 885 kilometers to go, 14 hours to complete the job. We're not getting tired. We're at 3/4 of a tank on both tanks, so we're doing pretty good. We should be able to turn this this trip in pretty soon, and then we're gonna go from there, honestly, about what we want to do. I'm still trying to decide how I want to do these videos. I know that I want to do 2 more Euro trucks. I'm just not sure how I want to spread them out, how long I want to make them, how I want to edit them. All that stuff has yet to be determined. So let's say we don't reach our goal when we get there, but we're a little bit close, something that we can do another trip to get there. We're definitely going to probably take another trip, and this whole delivery might be 1 episode, just because that way it's still going to be pretty long, but with the part that I wasn't talking, I could either cut that or speed it up, one or the other, and that way you guys still get ETS2 videos. I really want to be able to get that last skill point. That's like the one thing I wanted to do before I stopped playing ETS2. Woo, this was a sharp corner. Oh my god. I've had some of these corners in the past, and it's just scary. Trucks are not meant to go this speed. Luckily, these forklifts are pretty light, so I can come to a stop pretty quickly. Haven't gotten a speeding ticket the entire time, which is really nice. Have gotten in no accidents, had a couple close calls, just because I don't think the game expects trucks to be going this fast. And just to let you know, when I do play American Truck Sim, I am going to play as realistic as I can. I'm not going to be speeding, even though the trucks aren't going to have speed limiters, or the game might add it if you want it on, but I'm not going to be speeding. I'm going to try to do everything to the best of my abilities when American Truck Sim comes out. Not that I'm not, you know, throwing caution to the wind in ETS2. It's just that this was a very big journey to take, and to try to squeeze it into 2 episodes, and then also to try to see if it's going to be enough to be able to get the skill point that I need. So I'm doing this in the factor that I get there and this one wasn't enough to get the skill point, and I do need to keep recording instead of sitting here and recording for 3 hours and then have to do another trip. I'll sit here for hour and a half and then decide if I need to do another trip. So we'll see. I mean, it's all dependent on, you know, how put together we are when we get there and if there's any damage on the trailer. As of right now, we have none, which is really good. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be pretty interesting. The one thing that really I like a lot is the trailer brakes. The trailer brakes are very nice to have because don't need to put any strain on my own brakes. You can hit the trailer brakes and it's not like it's I don't know, it's kind of like driving a front wheel drive to a rear wheel drive. When you're driving a front wheel drive, it's like you're being pulled by the car. Rear wheel, you're being pushed. It's the same sort of fashion with the tractor brakes compared to the trailer brakes. The tractor brakes, it's like you're really slowing down. Like when you're hitting them, you're slowing down. But when you hit the trailer brakes, it's enough that it kind of drags you back a little bit and it takes some speed off, and it can take it off pretty quickly, but you know, it takes some speed off and it drags back, and then you can just kind of figure out what gear you're wanting to be in as you're hitting the trailer brakes, and then you're just in that gear, so when you let go, you just boom, you're back to driving and you've knocked off 10 miles per hour, you know, 20 kilometers or whatever. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, the only thing is I've had to like fly by trucks and do a lot of aggressive lane changes, which I don't really like doing, but hey, it's better than driving 55 miles per hour all the way there, or 90 kilometers. Beats doing that, for sure, because I can get there in a reasonable time. And like I said, I really want to be able to get that last skill point. And I don't know if this trip is going to be enough. I think it's going to do a lot, but we had a lot to get. I mean, we had a couple thousand skill points to get. So I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. I know we're going to make 109,000 euro, which typically euro to like XP is pretty good, like the ratio. So if you're going to get a lot of money, you should get a lot of XP. But I'm just not sure. I don't know if it'll be enough. I think I'll get a lot, but I don't think I'm going to be able to complete it. So we'll see when we get there. One thing I have figured out, this truck is fast. This truck is pretty fast. And yeah, it's just the road system isn't really meant for trucks, I've noticed. It just doesn't seem right. There's no big, long exit, you know, or entrance ramps from leaving a gas station that's on the highway. Like, you kind of just have this little tiny area that you have to get up to a good enough speed to be in front of somebody, and it's just really hectic. In the US, you have really long on-ramps that you can really get up to speed on, and here, I'm using all trailer brake here. That was all trailer brake. You can see when I'm using my brakes as that green light right there. That's when I'm hitting my actual brakes. The trailer brakes, no light will light up. So I was using all trailer brakes there, so you can really slow down with this thing with just trailer brakes. It's kind of crazy. But this bus did make me lose all my speed. Also, I'm also realizing how fast the AI drives. It's insane. There's times that I'm doing, you know, 120 kilometers an hour, 125 with like 80 miles per hour, and I'm getting passed by cars. They have to be doing at least 100 miles an hour or more. So, I don't know. They are going super quick. That's all I know. So, we're in a tunnel now, but let's check real quick. 650 kilometers to go, 10 hours. Shouldn't take as much longer to get there, especially at the speeds we're going. The freeway, the road looks pretty straightforward. Not many bends or twists or turns, so we should be able to kind of haul at a decent clip. I haven't seen many speed signs in this area. The occasional one through a construction zone here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty clear sailing. 70 miles per hour here, so we're just going to kind of fly through it at 125. So it's a little bit faster than they advise. Do have some twists in the road here. All right. So yeah, we should be there momentarily. Shouldn't take us too much longer. 600 and something is about a decent sized trip. Less than 20 minutes. Typically, I would say 20 minutes just because it's been 20 minutes is typically what a 700-kilometer trip would take, like, with the speed limiter on. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long it's going to take with it off. Probably less, considering we're doing a lot more than we were. So 15 minutes, if that. Shouldn't take us too much longer. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough to be able to get that last skill point. That's really what I'm kind of pushing for to get. And I should have recorded some ETS2 not recording so I get a little bit XP here and there, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see how it goes. It's all depending on what happens when we get here, so we'll see. I need to get over. Ooh. All right. That was pretty close. Oh God. All right, I need to stop checking my phone. Oh God, my phone cable is wrapped up in my chair. There we go. All right. Texting and driving at 110 kilometers or 70 miles an hour in a truck. Definitely not good. All right, let's get over out of the fast lane. Just because I am going to be passed by cars, even though I am going quick, they will still pass me. At least morning's coming. That'll be nice. See, look at this. I'm doing 80 miles an hour. This guy's probably doing 85, 90. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy how fast they go. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am going to miss Euro Truck in a way. You know, I mean, it is a different experience. Oh, God, what is happening? I can't change lanes because this red car wants to slow down as well. But yeah, so I am going to miss Euro Truck in a way. I mean, it's a different experience. I now know what the road systems are like. I now know what most, not all, but most of the speeds or the signs on the side of the road mean. Again, not all of them, but a decent amount. Enough that if I ever went to Europe, I might not do the wrong thing. I really don't know. Probably not. Probably still mess up. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to miss it. I really am. But it's also time for a change. It's like GTA 4 to GTA 5. You know, I love GTA 4. I really enjoyed it when I was playing it, but when there's something that's going to be better, that's going to be out of the same thing, it's just time to move on. And with ETS2, it's had its run, it's had its life, it's been a lot of fun, including multiplayer, you know, but I'm just ready for a new thing. I'm ready for American Truck Simulator. So, I'm definitely going to miss it, but I'm also very happy to be moving on to something else. Same feeling that I had with GTA 4 when GTA 5 came out. When I stopped playing GTA 4, I thought, I'm gonna miss this, but I'm happy that something new is coming along. So, kind of my same thought process with ETS2. It's just, it is what it is. It's what happens. You know, newer games come out, different games of the same idea, and, you know, just sometimes you gotta leave the one thing behind and, go on to the new thing. I saw a speed sign back there. Warning of a speed trap, which is right there. And then I didn't realize we also had a toll. So good thing there was a speed sign, because I would have entered this toll at a crazy high speed. While we're pulling in, we'll check. Under 500 kilometers, 496 kilometers to go. So 8 hours remaining. We'll get there at Wednesday at noon, which is pretty good. It's about 4 a.m. now. So got a couple more hours, so just keep looking at that clock. And once it starts getting closer and closer to Wednesday at noon is when we'll get closer and closer to our drop-off. We might get there a little bit before noon, just because noon, I think their prediction of noon is us driving at the speed limit, which that's not happening.